As COVID numbers surge around the world, there are more questions about travel restrictions. Will borders close again? What hoops do I have to jump through to book a trip? What rules will I have to follow once I'm there? All these questions are putting a hold on some people's plans. KCTV5's Carolina Cruz talked with some travelers who have had to make some changes.
Stress-free travel is rare. Add on the anxiety of a global pandemic.
In 25 years, I've never told people don't go or wait until next year. But right now it's okay.
JOANNE Weeks is the vacation division manager at ACENDAS Travel, headquartered in Kansas City. She takes on the anxiety of planning a near-perfect getaway. There's more pressure with restrictions constantly updating.
That's the kind of things that keep me up at night.
She started planning the Guyer family African safari vacation in 2019, prior to the pandemic.
We joke that by the time we get to go finally, if it doesn't happen this year, our kids might be moved out of the house.
The family of 5 departs in a few weeks. But just last week, JOANNE had to rebook flights after their airline canceled on them.
I won't be convinced until we're on the plane.
Once in South Africa, the family will have to take a handful of COVID tests while bouncing around from Zambia and Zimbabwe. Word of caution even for the avid traveler. Restrictions can change from the day you book to the day you board your flight. Angela JACKSON-SAMPEL and her husband planned to honeymoon in Hawaii last month.
It was on the night of our wedding that one of the guests came up to us and he's like, "Oh my gosh, where are you guys going on your honeymoon?" And I was like, "Hawaii." He's like, "Oh, so do you have a test?" And I was like, "A test?"
The couple relied on a website claiming tourists only had to show their vaccination card to enter Hawaii. They took a rapid test the day after getting married and left for Hawaii the next day. On arrival at the island, airport officials told them they only accept PCR tests from specific locations.
"You guys can go home and come back," is what they said. I was like, "We live in Kansas City. That's a really long way. We're not going to go home and come back."
The rental company denied them the car they paid for, and the hotel wouldn't give them a room key because they were forced to quarantine or leave. They rerouted to San Diego the next day.
Kind of felt like COVID got us one more time.
JOANNE recommends government official websites for information.
For folks still planning, be flexible. Really kind of take a step back and realize you can't compare it to what you did 2 or 3 years ago with the family vacation.
And have some grace. Deciphering the changing restrictions on a daily basis can get tricky, even for travel agents. Carolina Cruz, KCTV5 News.